Hey guys, my name is Matthew. Today we are going to go ahead and teach you how to set up a job and do it the quickest way possible. We also are going to share a couple tips and tricks on how to basically have the most efficient process during your production. So let's get started. Today we are going to go ahead and do a print flash print. We're going to show you guys how to register the machine. The focus here is with a 110 mesh. With a 9x14 screen, the screen may vary, the size of the screen may vary depending on the machine that you get. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first is, we asked you guys to go ahead and tape the screen off at these open areas. This is just to make sure that your product is clean on the bottom that you're printing on. So I'm just not going to do the whole thing, but I'm going to kind of show you guys where you would place this. Okay, and you want to also look for little gaps here, little areas that might not have been fully exposed, or areas that might be gapped off. If you pull it over in the front, you're also going to see the areas in the inside. You want to also tape this off. This just helps in the process of cleaning. So now that you've finished taping your screens, it should somewhat look like this. Taped on both ends, covering all exposed areas except for, of course, the image. We're now going to move on to pallet tape, and we're going to go ahead and tape each one of these pallets to keep things nice and clean. So I'm going to go ahead and place it towards the back. I like to have these little angles exposed here. Go ahead and press it all the little air pockets. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut it out. Okay, set this to the side. And then from here, just go ahead and press nice and firmly on both ends. Go ahead and get it down under there. You might have some little hangers that come off the sides. If that's the case, you can't press it in all the way, just go ahead and cut it off. We're going to go ahead and pause the video from here, and I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of the pallets. Alright guys, we're going to go over some marker points on our pallet. These lines that I'll be drawing here are to indicate, one, the placement of the image, two, the placement of the garment when you load it. So we're going to go ahead and start with a center point. This is a 4-inch pallet. So we're going to go ahead and mark in the middle, which is 2, 2, and 2. This is the point, your little guideline here. I'm going to go ahead and on this side, go here so you guys can see it. Alright. Alright, so we cut out there for a second, but let's go ahead and carry on. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to use 3 fingers. I'm going to say basically this is my point of entry for the image. So I'm going to go ahead and line it up right about here. Of course, you would get a little more detail and measure it up. This is my image line. Let's say that we'll be placing the garment slightly above that. This is where the image starts. So let's say we'll give it at least 1.5 inch space. Okay, so this is where the loading position is for the garment, and this is the area of the image. We also offer a laser system which basically would guide these markings just like this, except it's just going to be a crosshair. This is something that we offer as well. It's an extra accessory, but it does assist in the job. Some prefer the manual mode, but just go ahead and contact us and we can help you out. Alright, so now that we have our guidelines here, we're going to go ahead and line up the image with our lower half, which is our guideline for the image. You're going to go ahead and flip the switch on the side, which should bring this block down, which creates a free spin. We're going to go ahead and bring this under the print head. Okay, make sure you have this guided up. Go ahead and flip that switch up, lock it into place. From here, you should be in manual mode, head 1. You're going to go ahead and press down. Alright, so now that you have your image in the middle, we're going to go ahead and place it with this line here. This is our guideline. Go ahead and place with the line. Also be wary of the sides so you can get a nice center. And now that we're good, okay, now we're going to put our hand on the screen to lock it in place, make sure it doesn't move, and then we're going to put up on the pneumatic airlocks, which should free the screen from any movement. Alright, so as you can see, we have a long distance from our image and the full stroke. So we're going to go ahead and fill this gap in. Bring it forward probably about here. And go ahead and push print for me. As you can see, the image, go ahead again. As you can see, it will not go the full length. Okay, now I'm going to be putting in the flood bar and the squeegee. We're going to go ahead and place the ink on the screen. Okay. Should be enough. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and do a test print here. Let's go ahead and add some adhesive. You're going to put the lock down, make it free to spin. The reason I'm doing it this way is you want to make sure you spray adhesive away from your sensor and your machine, of course. Give it a little spray. Should be enough. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and place the swatch. Alright, put it down, bring it back, lock it into place, and then from here we're going to go ahead and do a test print. We're going to bring it back, see if we need to add more pressure. So this is what we got here, right? So let's go ahead and add a little bit more pressure, just so you guys can see a slight difference. Okay, locking it in. Okay, remember just spinning these counterclockwise. Okay, you shouldn't need too much. We're going to push print. Alright. Here's what we got. Alright guys, so now that we have our base print down, we're going to go ahead and bring it under the flash cure. So what we like to do here is bring it into cure 2. That's this side here. Push on. So we're just going to bring it under, bring it back and forth. Okay. We're just kind of checking to see if it's dry, so we can bring it under station 2. A little bit more. It's almost there. Okay. And now it is done. So this is the one before, but as you can see, it's clearing. It's ready to go. So now we're going to bring this under station 2. And get it ready for our alignment to cover up that base print. Now that we have our base print cured, we're going to go ahead and work on to the main print or the main color. We're going to go ahead and bring the image in as much as we can. Make sure you have it manually on head 2. We're going to bring the screen down. Okay, press down. From here, we're going to visually line this image up. And basically what's left over and what's not correct, we're going to go ahead and use the micros to adjust this. So from here, we'll go ahead and just kind of press down. Looks good. Slight tap there. Lock it in. Alright. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install our squeegee in our flood bar. Okay. Just about right. Now we're going to bring our squeegee in there. Give it a little wiggle until it's ready. It's good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our ink. Bring the print head back. Okay. Alright, a little bit more. Okay, this should be good enough. Alright, so we just did a sample print here. We're going to go ahead and bring this index around to go ahead and check out our registration. As you can see, you got a little bit of white showing on the bottom right. So we're going to have to angle it slightly to the right side using the registration, micro registration. So a little trick we have here for registering images is using tape. So what we're going to do is take this off, find us a new clean area. Okay, let's stick it on there. And we're going to go ahead and print with your base. We're going to go ahead and do a double pass here. Let's go ahead and cure this. Bring it on cure station 2. Leave it there. Give it a second. Good to go. Now what you're doing here is covering the image, using this as your indicator for where the image is on the pallet. Go ahead and put 2 more, kind of fill in that surface area. So the reason we're doing this, so you can print on top of this image, and if it's not right, you can just wipe it off. Okay? So now let's go ahead and bring this over to station 2. So on your screen, hit manual, go to head 2. Go ahead and bring this in. Make sure that you lock the index in place when you do this print. It's important. And we're going to go ahead and push print. Let's bring it back and check it out. As you can see, we have the same issue that we had before. This side needs to be adjusted, so we're going to go ahead and show you guys how to adjust this with the micros. So now I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it off. Get ready for print number 2. Okay, so now that we know where our issue is at the bottom right of the image, we're going to go ahead and unlock the micro registers. There's 4 of them in the back and also in the front. Okay, go ahead and knock those off. So since the bottom right of the image is the issue, we need to bring the image down. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy right here and slightly turn it just about there. Feel that might just do it. So we're going to go ahead and lock these back up. Make sure they're nice and tight. Okay, now we're going to test print. Alright, so now that we've done our print, we're going to go ahead and unlock it, show you guys what we have here. It's aligned. I'm going to be honest, it took us at least 2 to 3 tries to get it right. But here, as you can see, we have a nice registered image. Now we're going to go ahead and give you a final touch printed on the swatch. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up for production. Let's go ahead and click on setup here. We're going to go to the index. Make sure that your heads are forward. As you see, they are back forward. This is going to allow the flood to be pre-flooded, so when the index turns, it's ready for print right off the bat. So let's go back. It's going to go to head here. Head 1, 2 strokes. Head 2 is 1 stroke. You can adjust this to 1 stroke later on. For now, the ink really hasn't moved, so we're going to wait until it's a little more viscous, then you can adjust as you go. Alright, so let's go ahead and touch up our palettes, and we'll go ahead and get started here. Okay guys, so once you're ready to print, make sure to rotate the machine for a bit. You want to heat up these palettes so you can bake the ink like a cake. You're going to go ahead and, let's go ahead and hit cure. I want to show you guys what we did, the little adjustments. So the cure time on 1 is 5.5 seconds. We did this because we want to make sure that the base is fully cured, otherwise you get the 2 inks blending, which will give it a lighter color. Cure time 2 is 4.5. We're going to go ahead and do a print for you guys, but we're going to adjust these times and show you guys how you can make it a slightly shorter time. So let's go ahead and do a couple prints here. Go ahead and load it on there. Okay. Load it on there. So we're just going to go ahead and let these guys go around. I'm going to show you guys the finished product after this. And once again, we're going to go ahead and adjust the flap here so in quicker time. Our pallets are heated. And we'll see how low we can get this so we can get the quickest production. Once again, everything is adjustable in the speeds. This is nice and slow for us. We enjoy this speed. We don't have to chase it. As you can see, it's finished, it's cured. Alright, so now that everything's curing properly, let's go ahead and bring the cure time down significantly. Let's try to get this production at top speed. Bring this to 30. Take this one, bring it to 25. steps that you take during your first couple steps, making sure that the cure time is in place. You can decrease the time to what we have here is a 30 and a 25. Alright guys, thanks for watching our video. Stay tuned until next week where we're going to show you some maintenance tips into keeping your machine in tip-top shape. Also, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. We'll address these in possibly further videos. Thank you.